Hello guys, and welcome to probably the rawest weird video I have ever done. I haven't posted anything for a very long time. I just looked in when was the last time I did like a proper Letstalkdeep video, and it's already like almost a month ago. Even though I said I want to do it every week. Okay, so you're back. So yeah, even though I said I want to do it 3 times per week, I didn't. And the reason why, it was just because it didn't feel right. And I decided like to just disappear for a while. And basically, I have to tell you that the last month, or basically the last 3 weeks, has been pretty tough for me. It was a lot of challenges, and I started questioning everything, like everything from the scratch. Like, who am I? Why am I doing those stuff? Like, why do I want to give something to the world? Why do I sometimes push myself to do stuff even though I don't feel like doing them? And I had a lot of, like, you can call it bad moments in those 3 weeks, but actually I felt it, everything that I experienced during those time, it was pure emotions that I allow myself to feel them. It was like, the whole story that I want to share with you today is, I really want to be honest with you. I really want to tell you everything what's happening behind the scene, everything that is happening in my life, because I got to the point where I cannot stand that people always look at me like, oh, you're just happy all the time, or you don't have any problems, or everything is just working fine for you. And I'm tired of like just trying to be happy all the time, even though I usually didn't, like, I'm not about, I don't believe in positive thinking, I don't believe in being happy all the time, but in the past like 2 months, I would say, I had so many people relying on my supply, relying on my energy. I had a lot of clients, I was running my decoding programs, and I felt the pressure of, oh, I have to be there for them. And I felt this pressure of, oh, this is my responsibility, I need to be happy in order to give them the best I can, to provide them all the information that I can, and just to be the example. And on some occasions, I really push myself to the degree that I made myself believe that I'm just okay, nothing is bothering me, and everything is just fine. Because I saw so many people having issues and problems, and I was like, okay, if there's someone that can be strong, is that you. So just be strong for them, just like provide them everything they need, just like be the example. And I kind of lose myself during this process, because I cannot be all the time like happy super person that's gonna lift other people up. And I lost myself in feeling that I need to be a certain person in order for them to have the help, to have whatever they need to get. And I totally lost myself. Like, I totally lost myself, and I didn't even hear what are my thoughts, what are my desires, and what is my ego telling me, oh, you should do this because you have people relying on you, you should like record more videos because people are waiting for it. And even in those videos, it's like I had a lot of feedbacks when people are saying, it's just so nice to watch your videos because you're smiling all the time. But I don't feel like smiling all the time. So when I felt like not smiling, I was like, oh, I shouldn't record anything today because I'm not in a good state, I'm not in a good mood. So people watching my videos because I'm happy, and if I don't feel that within, if I feel the sadness, if I feel angry, or if I feel just some other emotion which are not happiness, oh, then I shouldn't do anything. Like, I shouldn't like expose myself to this world. So I kind of felt like during this month, because I didn't allow, I was feeling all the emotions. I was crying a lot, I was angry, I was frustrated, I was like everything. I was back in the judgment. Everything has to come out because I was just suppressing it. Like, whenever I felt the emotion, oh, I just want to like be angry, I was like, no, but you know, everything is fine, everything is okay, you're a spiritual person, like, I don't know, you're an energy living in this body and everything is okay. But this is suppressing your emotions. I suppressed my fear, I suppressed my anger, I suppressed like everything basically. And the funny thing is, if you suppress those negative emotions, like, there is no way you're gonna feel like a pure joy. There's no way you're gonna feel pure happiness, because you have those emotions within you. And of course, like, as the time goes by, I start feeling more and more off. Like, I was like, I did something that used to give me like pleasure, or just record something or give something to the people, and I felt like I still feel empty. I still felt like there's something off. And it was really hard for me to like just decide to move away from everything. And basically I had also 2 days when I just like turn off my phone, place it in the somewhere that I didn't see it, and I was just like, I just want to live as a person, not in a social media, not exposed to other people, not exposed to desires of what people want me to provide for them. And I also realized that one of the best things that coach can do for their clients is to not be available all the time, because we have to deal with our shit by ourselves. There's no one out there that will basically go through the stuff for you. And I also had this experience for myself. I needed my time. I needed to reconnect with who I am and come back like even more pure. Because even though at the time I was recording the videos, I always felt like, yeah, that's authentically who I am. I know that I often didn't really feel so happy when I decided to share something with you guys, but I still did it. I still push myself into the state. I can do that. I can provide you the information. I can give you everything, but it wasn't totally authentic. Now I can see. I mean, even though most of the time I'm really trying to be authentic, I'm really trying to do whatever is pure in my heart. And I was procrastinating to do this video today, just because I felt like this is gonna be the next thing, exposing myself in this state where I'm not, I don't want to motivate anyone out there. I'm just trying to explain that I have bad moments too, and that I allow myself finally to have them. I allow myself to be, or to see the darkness that is still within me and acknowledge it, and go through the pain and deal with the shit that is within. And as I'm dealing with whatever is bothering me, I feel more and more contrast. I see things becoming clearer. I see my mission becoming clearer. Everything that I'm doing, I gain a lot of clarity out of it. but one thing that was like such a big realization for me is that like the worst thing you can do for yourself, for your health, or for anyone out there, is not allowing yourself to feel, not allowing yourself to feel any kind of emotions. And you know, I'm always like, I really do believe in responsibility. I really do believe that we are responsible for our own state and for whatever we are hearing or experiencing. But I also believe that there is a level of responsibility you should take and not cross it. Because I often, like, when something was bothering me out there, or when something was bothering me with relationships that I was having, or with clients, or with like partners, or whatever, it's like, it doesn't matter which relationship, I always felt like I kind of see why people are doing or behaving a certain way. And I was like, yeah, okay, I understand why they're behaving this way, but yeah, it's probably my fault. I mean, I should react differently. And I was just like blaming myself for everything that was happening around, for everything that went wrong. It was like, yeah, it's because of you. You are attracting this. You're responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for that. Why did you manifest that? It's all about you. It's like you are the worst person because you attract those things, and all the others are just like okay. And one of the best thing I got from a good friend from London, he said, you know what? Why? I mean, in those situations, I always say to myself, yeah, probably I need to learn the lesson. And he said to me, why don't you allow other people to learn the lessons as well? Why don't you allow other people to take responsibility as well? Because if you take responsibility for every single thing that is happening, and you're just blaming yourself for like whatever is out there, then you kind of like making other people like okay with whatever they're experiencing. And I was very like, I came to the point where I really wanted to kind of, yeah, again, this feeling of just disappear, just not being online, not being exposed to any relationships, and just like dealing with myself, because I didn't even know what are my thoughts and what are other people's thoughts. I didn't even know why am I doing those stuff. And I also caught myself like doing a lot of things because of my ego wanting to. I was attached to do something for people because I knew I'm gonna get a good feedback, and they're gonna tell me that, oh, I have changed their lives. And I got attached to those stuff. It still is like a desire that you get, like kind of like importance, like being significant. And it came to the degree that I was just like, I started realizing everything, and my body was dramatizing. And that's always what's happened. Like if you don't take time for yourself, if you just like allow yourself to take more responsibility for just blame yourself or just suppress the emotions within and not allowing yourself to feel it, it's 1 + 1 that something will happen with your body. Your body will ask you to take some rest. Your body will ask you to take care of yourself. So what I did in the past few weeks is like I have been connecting to my body probably like never before. And I start like sensing my body more, and I was like, you know, this is when people say, yeah, the first and foremost relationship is like the one that you have with yourself, is this like self-love, like building the connection with who you are. And I always knew that this is the first thing, and I always like tried to get the best connection with me, but I still had a bit like blaming, shame, guilt, like those emotions towards myself. And I also had a lot of like belief that I'm still not good enough. So Of course I wanted to prove it out that I am. But for this 1 month, I was just so much with myself that I remind myself that I'm okay exactly as I am. That I have all the permission to cry. I have all the permission to be angry. I have all the permission to feel fear. Like, I can feel whatever I want. It's nothing, none of those emotions, there's nothing wrong with them. And the funny thing is that as I start feeling all those emotions within me, like, even though this month was pretty hard emotionally, it was so liberating. I felt so free. I felt like, I can breathe again. Like, I got all those things that were suppressed within me, I just let them out. And the funny thing is that now, like, I feel so good with who I am. I feel so good with my body. I also start like seeing my body differently. You know, I always had this punishment relationship with my body. Like, if I gained weight or if I wasn't like seeing myself the way I should be, I really wanted to just, you know, punish my body with like hard exercises, or just like, yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, write myself a meal plan, I'm just gonna stick to it. And I often had like this kind of situations repeating to me. And I know it's not healthy. I know, I mean, I'm working in this industry and I understand what was going on for me. And that's what I want to explain to you. It's like, one thing is understanding stuff. And I know that I've gained a lot of knowledge about all those topics. I know that suppressing emotions is the worst thing you can do for yourself. I know them on a conscious level. But subconsciously, there are some beliefs that are holding us back. And we are all human. And that's what I forgot in the past few months. I forgot that I'm human as well, and that I'm allowed to feel everything. And I kind of felt responsibility for how I show up in front of other people, how I show up for others, and also in social media. And I said, well, I mean, they know me as a happy person and I work as a happiness coach. Of course, I need to be happy. But no, I believe that happiness is accepting whatever emotions you feel and not be worried about it, not feel frustrated because, oh, I'm sad right now, what should I do to make myself feel better? No, just be sad for as long as it feels right. And when you're gonna be sad and anxious at the same time, you know that this is time to change the emotion. But as soon as you feel the sadness, just like let it out, cry, let everything out. And this is kind of something that you, even though you know the theory, it's going to be so different when you start doing it for yourself, when you allow yourself to feel everything. And this is the deeper work we have to do, each and every one, by ourselves. You have all the tools available there. You have all the teachers, coaches, healers, whoever, they can help you a lot. Even in this time, I had like probably the most sessions that I had, but it was still like max 2 per week, like that I was a client from a coach, because I still needed to deal with stuff by myself as well. So I needed to write things down. I needed to meditate. I needed to like stay like somewhere in the nature and just be surrounded by this beautiful world without these ideas of what our ego is saying, this is right, this is wrong, this is how you should behave, you shouldn't do that. And if you just, and that's one of the fears, like the beliefs that I had about social media, because they're always saying, if you don't post consistently, then you're gonna lose traffic and you're gonna lose audience and then no one will like you anymore. It's just like, I don't feel like And that's what I wanted to share with you. It's like, I cannot stand it anymore that people like come to me and just see me as, I don't know, like something different than they are. And the funny thing is that, I don't know if you know, because it's a long time ago, but those people that follow me from the beginning, you know that I started this journey like 2 years ago with a brand called Ordinary Cookie. And this was like, the whole idea about it is, I don't know why I'm sharing this right now, it's weird. The whole idea about it was that when I moved to Canada, all the people started calling me, oh, you're such a tough cookie, you just moved to Canada by yourself, wow. And I was like, I got this so often that I was like, I'm not a tough cookie, I'm just someone that decided to do it, and I did it, and that doesn't make me any different than you are. It's just like, I feel the fear, I felt this excitement, and I just decided to go for it. And I was like, at that point when I started recording videos, I was just like, what should be my brand name? And I was like, oh, it's gonna be an Ordinary Cookie. It's like tough cookie but ordinary. And I always wanted to share with people that if I can do it, you can do it. And now what's been happening lately with people that follows me and my clients and people that I come like in like real connection, that I meet them somewhere, they were just like, oh yeah, life is so good for you, right? And I was like, yeah, sometimes, like for everyone. I mean, I have amazing life. I know, like, I'm super grateful for everything that is happening, like, to me, but I have bad moments as well. And even, like, as I always say, it's like a line. It's like a line of emotions here. This is being neutral, and these are the negative emotions, and these are the positive emotions. And if you allow yourself to feel like sadness to this degree, you're gonna feel happiness to this degree. But if you allow yourself to feel sadness to that degree and then you just block it and you become like a apathic person that just don't feel, then of course in this end you're not gonna go to this kind of happiness. So you're not gonna experience this amount of joy if you don't go in this amount of sadness. And that's just the contrast, how it works. And that's why it may look like, oh, I have such a huge amount of happiness and joy in my life, because when I'm suffering to that degree, and I allow myself to suffer. I just like close the doors, I sit with whoever I am, I acknowledge the emotions, I cry it out, I shout it out, I'm like angry, frustrated, whatever, I'm throwing stuff. I just like, that's who I am. And I really wanted to be totally true to you and like expose myself like totally raw and explain to you that we're all the same. It's like none of people that are working in this industry has all things figured out. Maybe in understanding, but even that, it's not the case. It's like we are working in this field where, yeah, we kind of like motivate people and just like show them the way. And you know, I start being sick of seeing all those fake posts and fake expression of I'm the light for you. Even I did it. Like even I was like, you know, it's all like this. It's so, just be okay, you know. And it's like it's making me want to throw up. It's like it's gross. Like this world where we are living in, this manipulative world, when things have to be a certain way, you have to behave a certain way. If you don't do that, you're gonna lose traffic, you're gonna lose money, people won't like you. Just, that's such a bullshit. Like I don't want it anymore. And that's why I say I'm gonna record this video, because from now on, like, I just want to share with you whatever I feel like. I want to share with you whatever was, even if I'm like sad and I feel like recording something, I will. Who said that I have to smile all the time? And basically the main question that I got that triggers me to do this video was from a good friend that said, you know what if people want to know how you deal with the bad stuff as well? What if people have, like, you know, they see the outcome, they see you being like happy, they see where they can go, this is kind of like motivating them, but wouldn't it be nice if you actually tell them how you deal with stuff when you're not okay? Like, share stuff when you are not okay and explain to them, like, wow, this is happening and that's what I'm dealing with and that's what I am currently going through and this is the result. And I was like, yeah, you're so right. Like, people need to know how to deal with shit. People need to know how to deal with frustration, with anger, with bitterness, with just not feeling okay. And yeah, I always deal with it in a way that I take time for myself. Like, I really go away from people. And I think this is the most crucial part, because otherwise you are just, you know what you're doing? You're suppressing it again. Because if you're exposed to other people and you're just like telling all the people what's happening in your life, and you're kind of trying to mask with all the outer situations, people telling you, yeah, it's gonna be okay, or you going out more often and just like trying to forget. This is not the way how you deal with troubles. This is the way how you mask the trouble, but not deal with them. If you want to deal with them, you have to feel them. You have to go deep within you and ask yourself, where is this pain coming from? Whose is it? Because usually, if there is a pain, it's connected to something that has already happened to you. It's a pattern. They keep on repeating. And you feel the pain, and it's often not exactly, sometimes you say rationally to yourself, why do you feel such a pain right now? It wasn't such a big deal. It's not like something totally terrible has happened to you. Why do you feel such a big pain? And the reason why is because this event that happened to you was only a trigger to like kind of press the button of the event that happened, I don't know, 15 years ago, where the original pain is coming from. And when you sit in the meditation, when you sit with yourself in silence, step by step you will be able to feel the origin of those fears, of those pain, of whatever emotions you're feeling. And when you feel the origin, like when you see it, it's like it's healed on 80%. It's like, that's when, if you acknowledge it, it's like almost gone. And that's the crucial part. But the main reason why people are not making changes in their life is because they have to feel the sadness. They have to feel the pain. If you don't feel the pain, you're not going anywhere. You're just gonna stay where you are. And it's funny because sometimes I'm having like a client that comes to me and they say that they want to change. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's see. And I feel that they're not ready. And whenever we are going close to something that can be painful, they're just like, yeah, but I forgot about that already. It's okay. So they need a couple of sessions in order to open up. And when they finally feel the pain, the suffering, or whatever is within, and let it out, that's when the transformation happens. And then the transformation is like, bang, 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 bang. It's like breakthroughs that happened from one day to another. And then, I mean, I know so many people that are trying to change and they are doing it for, I don't know, a year already. but they are doing it within the comfort zone, and in 1 year they didn't have not even one single improvement, because they're in the comfort zone, and as long as you're here, nothing will change, of course not. So yeah, I mean, one of the things that came out as soon as I went through this, like, healing my emotions that I kind of lost them, was this workshop that I'm preparing for my Slovenian people. It was like, it's a workshop called Meeting Your Higher Self, and I believe this is one of the best tools I can give you, because it's nothing from the outside that will help you. The other things are only kind of like something that you can hold on for a while to keep on moving forward. But in order to really move forward with hold your body standing like straight by yourself without having something to rely on, that's gonna happen when you connect with yourself and connect with your higher self. And like, this connection, it's something that is like, it's not hard to do, but it's hard to hear the higher self if you're always exposed to noise, if you're always exposed to other people's opinion, what other people think, and like what is right and what is wrong. So the first thing to do is basically open yourself up, or acknowledge the things that are not yours in your mind. Acknowledge the like beliefs that are not yours. Acknowledge whatever was there and it's not who you are. It's something that is limiting you, but it's not a part of your nature. And once you acknowledge those things and you just allow yourself to be, you're slowly and steady getting closer to yourself. And we're gonna practice this a lot. It's in 6 days already. It's like next Saturday. I mean, this Saturday that is coming, in Ljubljana. So all the Slovenian people, oh yeah, I'm gonna post the link somewhere so you can join. It's gonna be super awesome. It's gonna be such a raw thing, and I'm doing this workshop purely because I was hearing it. I was like, someone was telling me that's what people need right now, that someone is craving exactly for that. And I was going through the experience in this past month that helped me so much to shift to totally another level, so that I can share with people from this authentic place, from this like pure heart, just whatever will come out. And I know it's gonna be super powerful. I'm preparing some very strange things, but it's gonna be awesome. So the Slovenians, join me. I really welcome you there. So yeah, those are basically things that I want to share with you today. Just allow yourself to feel everything. Allow yourself to be. And don't ever think that anyone, like I'm telling you, anyone on a social media is only what you see on social media. It's never like this. And the funny thing is, I'm like having a bunch of clients that are exactly their influencer. They have a huge audience in like online, and they're all going through the same stuff right now. They're all going through the stuff of, oh, I just don't feel like sharing those stuff anymore. People are just feeling that this is who I am. I want to share my darkness as well. I want to share like me not being okay as well. And I kind of felt like this is how we're gonna help each other, like exposing ourselves for who we are, like being able to be vulnerable in front of people, saying stuff like yeah, I'm suffering as well. And just exposing your true nature. That's the beauty of life. And now that I said it all out, I feel like, okay, now I can share more videos as well, because I feel like doing more, I don't know, I didn't even know what I feel like. It's like every single day it's gonna be different probably, and I just want to share whatever comes to my heart, whatever feels right in that particular moment. I don't want to limit myself with any kind of rules. And whenever I feel like, oh, I need to do that, or I'm just like, oh, I should do that right now, I just ask myself, who set the rules? And usually it's like, it's me. Or I'm hearing someone like from the outside, how should I do it? And then I'm like, forget about it. If you don't feel right, if it's not something you truly want to do right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, don't do anything that people out there are saying to you, this is what you have to do for your business. This is exactly, if you're not gonna do that right now, you're gonna miss out. This is like manipulation. This is like manipulation through the fear of missing out. This is one of the biggest fear we have. And all the sales out there is like running through this manipulation. It's like, if you're not gonna do that, if you're not gonna join now, there's not gonna be enough spaces, and you like blah blah blah. Bullshit. Just stay true to yourself, be who you are, and allow yourself to expose to the world the way you are. Just know that if you have bad days, that's okay. If you're going through drama in your life, that's okay. It's like every single thing, it's okay. Like, even if you feel like staying in bed for a whole day, that's okay. It's fine. And it's winter, come on, we have to rest a little bit. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this resonates with you. Well, let's see what was happening here. If anyone has any questions, like anyone experiencing anything similar, because I know that currently we are in a time where people are going through these situations everywhere. They feel like, oh, something is off, I really want to change something, and people are changing stuff like dramatically in the last periods. So that's why I even wanted to share this with you more, because we are all going through changes right now. We're all shifting. And just one more thing I want to share. One of the things that really resonate with me is like the whole year 2017 was, I mean, this is basically our whole life, but this 2017 was so, like, it was so much greater. Was like a battle between your ego and your heart, or just like going where your mind wants you to go, like going through this greediness, feeling of significance. I need to do that in order to be significant, to have attention, to be likable, or doing whatever feels right for your heart. And the question is, which path will you choose? I know that sometimes we still have to use our rational mind. It's like, that's why we have it. But just be true to your heart, because that's the path that is leading you where you need to be. And sometimes this means like leaving people behind, or changing places, moving to another place, or just doing something that doesn't resonate with other people. And that's okay. It has to resonate with you, and you're the only person that really matters in your life. As long as you have you're fine. Like this song from Beyonce, if I lose myself, I lose it all. That's how it is. Don't lose yourself. Stay true to your nature, stay true to your heart, and have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. And yeah, talk to you soon. And all Slovenians, if you want to join the workshop, I'll post the link in the comment and you can join. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day. Bye bye.